Hey guys, welcome to another episode, and today we have something a bit unusual. So this is a laptop, but like not a full laptop. So if you can see, it's only a palmrest with the motherboard, some kind of heatsink, and then one fan. There's one missing here. And why I bought it? Well, basically I bought it because I needed the speakers for the same model, which are here. And the thing is that I could buy the speakers separately from someone on the auction portal for like 25 bucks. But for 7-8 bucks more, I was able to buy this basically. So I thought to myself, I mean, $7-8, not a big deal. I'll have the motherboard. Worst case, I can use it for spares, and yeah, so I could reuse it. But I thought to myself, why not try and see what's wrong with it, and maybe even fix it if possible, and then I can sell it. So that would be great. So let me remove the heatsink so that we can access the CPU phases, and we'll do some measurements together. Alright, so I have removed the heatsink and I have the multimeter here. The ground probe is attached to ground, and let's go into resistance mode now and let's see what we have here. So starting with this side here, we have the charging coil most likely, and we have mega ohms here, so that's fine. Two coils next to each other, I would say it's 3 and 5 volts. Let's check what's the resistance here, and we have what? Kilo ohms, mega ohms, even hundreds of kilo ohms on this one, and this one again similar thing. So this is good. Anything here? I don't see anything. There's something here. Let's check it. That's 2.4 ohm. Quite low, but I think it's fine, especially that, as I said, I was working on exactly the same laptop, the same motherboard, and I think it was the same. I can make sure of camera, but yeah, I think it was similar. Then we have the coils around CPU. This one, I guess, is also related to CPU because it's that low. Let's check the ones here. And we have 14 ohms, and this one here, what is it measuring? Can't get a good contact. 7 ohms, and this one here, 7 ohms, and this one 7 ohms. So that's quite high for a CPU. Looks healthy to me. We have some coils here. Let's check this one. Not sure what those are, but okay, this is in kilo ohms, so that's perfectly healthy. And we have two coils here, identical coils, looks like 66 ohms, and this one 390 ohms. Not sure what that is. But yeah, I think it was measuring the same on the other board I had, so this looks okay. One thing we could check is the BIOS chip, and well, actually I already noticed that, but not sure if you noticed as well. If you look for a BIOS chip on the board here, you could say maybe it's on the other side. Well, no, it's not, because I know it's on this side. Well, at least it's supposed to be on this side, and it's missing here. So it looks like someone removed it. And also, if you look here, you probably can't see it, but if you look at this latch here, it's a little bit melted. So someone took the BIOS chip for some reason. Well, maybe for a donor or something, I don't know. So not sure what else is missing. I would need to inspect the board. but I mean, for now the resistances look good. I don't see any shorts anywhere. Also, those are some big capacitors which I believe are the main power rail powering the 3 and 5 volts. So let's check here, what resistance do we have? Hundreds of kilo ohms, so that looks healthy. That should be main power rail, because I don't see the input MOSFETs here anywhere, maybe on the other side. But just like that, I would say it looks promising. So what I would do, I would try to power on the board, but after we get the BIOS chip in here, and of course we need to program it. I think I have BIOS chips like this, because I ordered it for something else as well, more from China. So I will flash the BIOS chip and we'll try to power it on and see if it's gonna work or not. And by the way, I have the BIOS from the other laptop I was working on, and I know it's working. So since I don't have the back cover, I don't have the serial number, so I cannot restore it in any way. And yeah, I don't have original BIOS because the chip is not here. So we'll just flash the BIOS from the other one and see if it works. Alright, so I have programmed the BIOS chip. I have it here. So let's now go under the microscope and solder it in place. Alright guys, shooting from the phone because, well, I would need to move the camera. I don't want to do that. So I have the laptop or its remains, so the motherboard and the cooling assembled. I have HDMI here, and I have the power supply connector without the meter, because meter is too big and it doesn't fit with the HDMI connected. So what I have to do now, I need to go to this connector here and short the pin number 10, so counting from this side. This is the power button, or Novo button it's called, by Lenovo. I need to short it to ground so that we can start the laptop. So let me switch to the monitor now. Let me short the pins under the microscope, so it's not something I can do without microscope. Voila. I can feel that the CPU is getting warmer, but I think it's restarting. But the CPU is warm and we have a picture. Of course I don't have a keyboard connected or anything. I don't think I'm gonna test it. I mean, I can connect some SSD to see if it boots, but let's do that in a moment. Okay, so the laptop is running, and as you can see, we can choose the operating system. I have installed an SSD, so let me just park it like this. Oh, I cannot. Okay, maybe like this. And now I'm gonna press enter to load Windows, hopefully, and something is loading. And we have Windows, guys, so looks like we have a working motherboard and working keyboard plus touchpad. You can see the cursor is working, and I can press Alt F4. Can I? Alt F4. Oh, I need function key, I think. Okay, and I can close Windows. Thank you for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments what you think about this repair. And since you made it till the end of the video, I'm pretty sure it's worth smashing that subscribe button.